Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Grustle 1 million in the making chapter breakdown, and we're starting with chapter 1, first chapter breakdown. So we'll give you guys just break down the first chapter. So basically, with the first chapter, we got a background. So I'm basically doing like a background of where I was born, where I came from. So funny story on that. So basically, I'm giving you guys like a little Trenton, New Jersey background of the state. So obviously, me as a little kid, I can't remember everything. You know, I got bits and pieces that I remember, especially with my father, and which kind of makes sense why the feedback or my experience with Trenton, New Jersey, how it was, is basically it evolves around my memory with my father, so but I got feedback from my aunts and uncles, feedback from my mom, a little too late, but she read it and she like how she received it was that it was hard for us growing up, and she was letting me know a little bit more about it, and I should have actually talked to her, as I think about it, talk to her more about it before I publish a book. But just going into it, it wasn't that bad growing up in New Jersey. But I think, like I said, I was getting experience from my father. My father was into stuff, and him in and out of jail and stuff like that. So, but basically, let you guys know growing up how it was for me. And then it actually goes into me going to school and me dealing with school. And I was one of those kids that really didn't like school. I know right now it's popular, right? Everybody acting like they didn't do good in school and they still making it. But the case, fact of the matter is, I graduated middle school with all D's. They pushed me through. My mom definitely didn't like it. I remember one time my mom was trying to hold me back. Like, she didn't like it. She was like, "Oh, y'all gonna give him a D, y'all gonna pet it." And my mom was actually trying to hold me back. But I got through school. I was the type of kid that absorbed the environment around him, right? So I was with the gossip. What's going on. I was very active of what was going on with everybody and stuff like that. So at a certain point when I grew up, got my first job and things like that, pay my own bills and stuff, I'm like, I had more responsibility. I was like, hey man, I got to make some money. So it talks about how I made my first sale, which is funny. How I made my first sale in the cafeteria. And it's talking about how I got to entrepreneurship. And at the time, I wasn't thinking about being an entrepreneur. I was just thinking about making money, right? So it talks about that, how I got into that, the experiences that I had, the advice that I got. So I got good and bad advice, right? Talking to my friends, adults, people around the neighborhood, teachers in school. So it talks about that whole experience. And then one thing I wanted the reader to absorb and the reader to understand is that it's where I came from, right? And I'm just a normal kid, man. Just a normal kid, nothing extravagant about me, nothing out of the ordinary. I'm a normal kid, got my own story. It's what it is, it's my story. Everybody has one, right? But I just wanted the reader to know that and everybody that's out there is trying to be an entrepreneur, and anybody that's reading this book, that anybody, if you put your mind to it, you can do whatever you want, to be honest. So that's basically what I'm trying to put out there and have the reader understand, and just about having the truth, right? Be raw, the truth. Don't try to fabricate it. If you're out there doing your thing, don't try to say, don't try to make something don't try to make something when it's really not, right? So that's basically what I'm trying to do, this first chapter. So that's the first breakdown, the first chapter, man. So if you guys could go get the Grustle 1 million in the making, you can check the chapter out and check out the rest of the story, man. And hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you for tuning in. I'll catch you guys next time with the next chapter breakdown.